Thank you to Thomas Moreira for these 5 suggestions. Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and I'm back with another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the Kansas Jayhawks. Let's get her going. Last season Kansas went 2-10, 1-8 in the Big 12 with 2 straight losses at the end of the season against TCU and West Virginia. Kansas was in a kind of bad situation at the beginning of the season with Les Miles getting pretty much fired and had to leave the program because of personal issues, not even that, but illegal stuff. So, how did they do last year? Well, they had 2 wins. One was against South Dakota by 3, and one was their marquee win of the year at Texas in overtime, 57-56. That was probably their best win. They had a close loss, closer than score predicts, against Oklahoma. Should have probably won that game, but it came down to some shenanigans. They lost to Coastal Carolina, Baylor, Duke, Iowa State, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, TCU, and West Virginia by 6. So, Kansas, they got better as the season went along. I'll give them that. There's a lot of room for improvement for the Jayhawks, and I think that they're on the up and up with their new head coach, Lance Leopold, in his 2nd year. So, let's bring out the notes and see what I think. Well, they, over the past 5 years, no surprise here, 66th in recruiting in the country, 10th in the Big 12, which is last. They did get a bunch of transfers. I'll tell you that. Their roster looks different. That's a word for it. They still have Jason Bean and Jalon Daniels at quarterback, who either one could get the start. They have Luke Grimm, Lawrence Arnold at wide receiver. Pretty good. Mason Fairchild at tight end. And we'll get to some of their transfers. Let's see. First, they had wide receiver transfer Douglas Emilian from Minnesota. They had left guard transfer Nolan Gorseca coming in from Buffalo. They had a right guard in Flavio Gonzalez from Butler Community College, The right tackle, DeAndre Dorian, was from Buffalo. Tight end, Tavita Noah from Snow College. You had a running back, Kai Thomas, coming in from Minnesota. Another running back, Sevion Morrison, coming in from Nebraska. Defensive end, Lonnie Phelps, coming in from Miami of Ohio. You had linebacker Craig Young coming in from Ohio State. That's a good pickup. Linebacker Eric Gilliard from UCF. And finally, cornerback Kaylon Gervin coming in from Michigan State. All around, those are good improvements for this roster. You got some firepower. You got some defensive help. So Kansas could be improved this year. They still, I think, are a couple of years away from being very competitive, but they're more competitive than they were. So, let's go to the schedule, see what I think. Week 1, they played Tennessee Tech. It's hard to say with Kansas. They're getting better. However, I think that they get the win, but I would not sleep on Tennessee Tech. That's how low the program is at Kansas, so I think get the win before going to back-to-back road games. First one at Morgantown, this is going to be a loss. West Virginia is going to be 10 times better than you are this year. It tells you a lot how bad Kansas is when 2 of their first games are not even televised on television. They're both on ESPN+. So next, you go on the road to Houston. Houston's a very good Group of 5 team, one of the best in the American, compete for the American championship pretty much every year, and I think that they beat you. I think you start the season 1-2 before coming back home to play Duke. You played Duke last year, got blown out early in the season, but I think you keep it closer this game, and I think you get the win against Duke. Starting out 2-2. Then you play Iowa State. Iowa State has problems of their own, but they're not to the effect of how there's not a lot of talent on Kansas's roster. So I think that you lose here, and you drop to 2-3 before staying home to play TCU. I think you stunned TCU in this game. TCU is pretty much on a downturn at this point. They lost their coaching staff. Gary Patterson no longer there. They have some pieces in like Max Duggan. However, they're going to be circling down the drain. It's going to be a very close game, I believe, but I think Kansas gets it done in the end to get their first Big 12 win of the year. And now they're 3-5. Or 3-3. Yeah. 3-3 before they go on the road to Oklahoma. It's going to be another loss. It ain't going to be as close as it was last year. Oklahoma, I believe at this point, coming off a loss to Kansas State, they're going to be wanting to improve everything on their roster. Brent Venables will be ready to get their defense rolling. I think this could be a blowout of large proportions, and you go to 3-4 before going on the road again to Waco. Baylor, they're one of the best teams in the Big 12. You're going to lose here. So 3-5 before your bye week, and you go back home to play Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's going to beat you. Oklahoma State, pretty much one step back from they were last year, but still a good team. 3-6. Then you go on the road to Texas Tech, and I think this is going to be another loss. Yep. Another loss against Texas Tech. So that's going to be another loss. They're just going to be more talented than you on the offensive and defensive side. You may try to keep it in the close game in the first half, but I think they pull away in the second half. So you're 3-7. Then you come back home to play Texas. Texas is a very good team. I think they're going to be wanting revenge for last year, and I think that they get it. Sarkisian gets his team more on the ball, and they come into Lawrence and show you what for. So 3-8 before going on the road to Kansas State. I think this has potential to be a closer game than it has been the past couple of years, but I think you lose in the end and finish the season 3-9. An improvement from the last couple of years. You get a Big 12 win. You get 2 non-conference wins. Not bad. You're going to get better over the next couple of years if Lance Leopold is a good hire, which I think he is. So there you have it. 3-9 for the Kansas Jayhawks. And that, in turn, concludes the Big 12 of my predictions. Next, I will finish up the Pac-12 and then start working on the Group of 5 predictions. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are excited for me to conclude the Power 5 and start the Group of 5. It's going to be hard to pick wins and losses for a lot of those smaller teams. So hope you all enjoyed. Go Dogs.